it's a nice, cozy Saturday afternoon in Oklahoma City. Let's see what we got here. 44.6 degrees, freedom. Wife's watching horse racing and probably some football all day, and I don't give two shits about either one of those things, so I'm riding to get a burger. This route has been on my channel before when I was hunting the ham radio guy. Partially. I'm not going clear down towards Mount Scott. I'm just going to Chickasha, and I think I did go through Chickasha on that ride. This time I'm going to Chickasha, to Brandy's Bar and Grill. And this may be a cop, can't decide what speed he wants to go. Nothing spectacular about this route, it's just not the interstate. So I did a video once on the hand guards and how much of a difference they made in riding in the wintertime. And those were the color matched Advan Black hand guards. They are mostly plastic with a brass nut, like a knurled nut molded into the plastic for the mount, and then there's an L bracket. There's two of those brass nuts on each one. Then there's an L bracket that screws down to that to those brass nuts that are molded into it, and you feed that your mirror. On Harleys at least, the stem is threaded and there's an acorn nut on the bottom, so you take your mirror off, put that thing on, put your mirror through it, put your acorn nut on. And I don't know if it's because I've got 16-inch handlebars and they vibrate more. They don't really vibrate that much. Or if the Advan Black handguards are just that poorly made. But I've broken 4 of them now. 2 of them broke off as I was riding down the road. And the first one that broke, when I stopped and picked it up, I just reached up and touched the other one and it practically fell off in my hand. So it was on its way, and then I bought a new set. So I thought, well, maybe I tightened them down too much and broke those brass riv nuts out. Not a riv nut, whatever, those brass nuts out. And they've just been waiting for that to happen. So I bought another set, didn't tighten them down quite as much, and I put blue Loctite on the threads. And within 3 days of having those mounted, the left side broke off again. So this time I emailed the company and complained about it, and they sent me a video of how to install them, which is exactly what I was doing. I tightened down the little bolts just about finger tight, and then put another half turn in it or something like that with blue Loctite. About another 3 days of having those mounted, another one breaks off. So screw that company's hand guards. I jumped on eBay and found some metal ones. They aren't quite as big, which is okay. They're not color matched, which is even better, because the color matched ones to me kind of look like ponytail holders on a cartoon girl. They looked a little goofy. As big as they were and as much as they stuck out like a sore thumb, they looked goofy. So these are just a thin little piece of probably like 16 gauge sheet metal that have been pressed into that shape, and they have a bracket on the bottom and top side, so the mirror goes through the top and then the acorn nut holds the bottom. I don't think they're going anywhere. If they do, we may be looking at a lawsuit for whoever they hit on the highway. Now these are summer weight gloves. They're mesh with holes in the fingers. And the only cold part right now is the old snot wiping surface. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Right about there. The heated grips, I've got them on setting number 5 out of 6 right now, and my hands are kind of uncomfortably hot. But the old snot wiping surface is cold. So I'm trying to filter some heat back to the back. Not really how it works, I'm sure. I do have my winter gloves in my trunk. I'll probably put them on when I leave the burger joint. The thing is, with the winter gloves, I can't feel the heated grips that much. Maybe I can with the hand guards on. I don't know. The only time I've wore the winter gloves this year, I didn't have the hand guards on because they freaking broke off. Well, I made it to Brandy's Bar and Grill in Chickasha. Had a double onion cheeseburger, or double onion burger with cheese, whatever you want to call it. And it was okay. The onions that didn't quite get pressed into the meat got burnt to a crisp, and that really ruined the flavor. Also had some onion petals, which are basically onion rings, just not rings, with some brandy sauce. Oh, man. Brandy's being the name of the place. Brandy's sauce, not sauce made from brandy. Although that might be kind of good. Didn't take any pictures of anything because I'm a failure. I'd rather eat it. Now I'm back in Minco, Oklahoma. Heading back towards Mustang. Different route this time. I went Council Road to 152 to Highway 4 to 37 to 76 to 62 to get to Chickasha, and then 62 to 81. Now I'm on 152 again, heading back towards Oklahoma City. A little bit of a loop-de-loo, but not much. Both of them are ridiculously straight routes, with just a little here and there. And the way the wind's blowing today, I've been giving semis plenty of room. I do have my winter gloves on now, and with the hand guards I can feel the heated grips, and my hands feel a lot better than they did when I came down. The summer weight gloves are good just for a back and forth to work kind of thing when it's between like 35 and 40, but anything else or anything longer, probably ought to get some winter weight gloves. I got these at a BMW dealership. You know, a lot of those Euro trash guys do the adventure riding in the winter time, so they probably know what the hell they're talking about as far as cold weather gear. Harley Davidson definitely does not. Heritage gear, something like that. brother. I don't think there's really anything spectacular left to share. Not that there was anything spectacular to share in the rest of the video. But even less so now. So thanks for wasting your time on me. And I'll go ahead and shut it down here. Unless something significant happens on the way home while the camera's still running. So, see you next time.